Hey there, I'm Chris Daniels, and you're listening to Healing Horizons, the podcast exploring breakthrough therapies for addiction, trauma, and mental health. Today's episode is called Veterans versus Opioids: Why Ibogaine clinics in Mexico are saving lives every week. The opioid crisis has devastated communities across America, but it's hitting veterans especially hard. Addiction, PTSD, overdose. The stats are heartbreaking, but a powerful and controversial narco treatment just across the Mexican border is giving some veterans a real second chance. Let's talk about Ibogaine. Veterans are twice as likely to die from an opioid overdose than the general population. And that's not just from pain pills. It starts with injuries, then prescriptions, then dependency, and sometimes it ends with fentanyl or heroin. Add in PTSD, depression, anxiety, and you've got a mental health time bomb. Traditional treatments help some. But for others, VA rehab feels like revolving doors. Detox, relapse, repeat. That's why many are turning to something the VA can't offer: Ibogaine therapy. And they're finding it in Mexico. Ibogaine is a psychedelic compound extracted from the African Iboga root. It's not your average detox method. In fact, it interrupts withdrawal symptoms within hours, resets dopamine receptors in the brain, triggers an intense psycho-spiritual journey, and helps users confront and process root trauma. One veteran called it 12 years of therapy in one terrifying but beautiful night. In the US, Ibogaine is banned. But in Mexico, it's legal and accessible through professional, medically supervised clinics. So why are veterans heading to Mexico for this? Because it's working. Mexico is home to dozens of medically licensed Ibogaine clinics, some run by veterans themselves. These clinics offer cardiac screening and monitoring, supervised psychedelic sessions, private recovery settings, and personalized aftercare programs. Many of these centers specifically serve veterans with opioid dependence and PTSD. Some even offer financial support through nonprofits. And the stories are jaw-dropping. Veterans going into treatment with heavy fentanyl habits, walking out detoxed and clear-headed, others confronting childhood or combat trauma they've buried for years, and many describing it as the first time they've felt truly alive in decades. Here's what a veteran's treatment journey might look like in Mexico. Medical intake, full blood work, EKG, liver function tests, pre-therapy prep, nutritional support, emotional readiness. Ibogaine session. One high dose, experience lasting 12-24 hours. Post-treatment rest and integration. Therapy, reflection, coaching. Clinics typically charge $4,000–7,000, which is less than half the cost of many US rehabs. And the outcomes? Remarkable. Some go home and never touch opioids again. Ibogaine isn't a magic fix. It's not risk-free. And it's not for everyone. But for veterans who've tried everything and still can't break the cycle, it could be the start of something life-changing. If you or someone you love is a veteran battling opioid addiction, don't write this off. Explore the research. Talk to clinics. And remember, healing is possible, even if the system tells you otherwise. Thanks for listening to Healing Horizons. If today's episode gave you hope, please share it with a veteran who needs it. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and tune in next week for more stories from the edge of modern healing. I'm Chris Daniels. Stay strong, stay open, and keep walking toward your horizon.